The first thing I want to just point out is that I know we're talking about the Ukraine as being a driving factor here, but understand that 55% of the procurement happened before the invasion of Ukraine. So I just want to point that out so that we're not continually talking about the Ukraine driving the cost when 55% of the procurement occurred prior to the invasion of Ukraine. So yes, we're going to do everything we can to minimize and work with the Commission to minimize this rate increase. This is not my first time here. I've sat on this side many hearings, talking about why it's so important that we pay attention to our energy costs and our utility costs in the state of Rhode Island. And coming out of COVID right now, we are in an economic recovery that is quicker than anywhere in the Northeast, second in the country. What's going to stall that is going to be these type of expenses that the consumers will have to bear, as well as the small businesses and the business community. So every possible option should be covered here in terms of not only in the budget. I think I would have about $275 million of tax relief in this year's budget. And then you've mentioned the $3.8 million working with Chris Kearns to help 39,000 people. And every time you help a group of people, that helps secure this economy and the recovery that is so important to our state and the people who live here. So knowing that every little dollar helps. So just that $3.8 million is going to reduce utility bills for those individuals by $14 to $17 a month. And also the LIHEAP. So yesterday I was on the call with governors up on New England governors with Secretary Granholm and talking about making sure that the LIHEAP dollars are here early, and those LIHEAP dollars are distributed in a way that makes sense, and also our request to increase the LIHEAP dollars that come into New England so that it can expand the savings that are critical right now. As I said, I keep on talking about the more we can lower this cost and this impact, the more we're going to be able to continue an economic recovery here that is going to help us buffer from potential recession that's coming. So 400 and the LIHEAP should create about $450 enhancements to assist electric and gas utilities, and then also the oil reserves, the heating reserves. We discussed that yesterday with Secretary Granholm about potentially releasing those reserves at once if prices actually spike to a level that is just unbearable for the people in the state. So 3 recommendations, and then one that I'm going to continue to pursue, talking to Commissioner Revens in terms of the impact that the revenue tax on the bill, and I think that we have the ability to work through that, and we're going to work with the General Assembly to try to figure out a way to reduce that. As about a 4% impact on every bill in the state of Rhode Island. We're going to make an effort to use some of our surplus dollars to help alleviate that. So every time you do a little thing, it'll amount to a substantial thing. So the 3 recommendations that we've made is, one is, it's already mentioned, is distribute the $32.5 million in electric ratepayer bill credits from the state settlement with PPL back to all the ratepayers over time when electric rates will be elevated. Second is suspend the customer charge on residential electric bills until summer, when electric prices are projected to decline significantly. And third, moderate the impact on all ratepayers by spreading the higher rates over 12 months. I remember being here, I think in 2015-16 time frame, and a similar thing was done as well. So we're going to continue to address these issues. I ask every player here to find ways that they can contribute to this at this point in time to reduce incrementally, and then collectively when they put that all together, that should help provide significant relief that is called for relative to this rate increase that is being recommended right now. But I would take a real close look at the fact that we keep on talking about Ukraine, and 55% of the purchases were done before the invasion of Ukraine. I think we need to make sure that we understand what happened prior to Ukraine and not just use Ukraine as the only reason why we're here today. So thank you for having me here today, and I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your efforts, and everybody here.
Thank you very much, Governor.